Have you ever noticed how divorce or a breakup can make you feel like you're in the fight for your life? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video and why that is. If you're feeling like you're lost in the fog of divorce, in a breakup, heartbreak, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about the warning signs, specifically for divorce, the ones that we don't hear, the ones that we hear afterwards, and the ones we maybe forget all along. There's 5 different phases to divorce, and really to breakup and heartbreak too. If you're not married, if you've never been divorced, you might want to stick around because these are applicable to know no matter if you've been there or not. But there's 5 different phases of this. There's the pre-divorce phase, there's the notification, there's the process, the finale, and then the pain and recovery. So let's get right into it today because we're in the rain. And while I like that, I also was warned that this trail will be closing soon. So got to get the hike in quick. Number 1, pre-divorce. This is the process that I want you guys to know the most out of all of them. And why is that? Pre-divorce is something a lot of us hear. If you're in a relationship, you may hear it too. It might sound really simple, such as, we should probably break up, or I want a divorce. If you've heard those sounds, those words, then you're in the pre-breakup or pre-divorce phase. Next up from the pre-divorce phase is the notification. Now, this is applicable as well in a relationship that's not marriage, because this is when it becomes official. In divorce, it's when the papers are signed. It's when the lawyers are brought in. It's when, well, it gets official. In a relationship or breakup, this is when I can't do it anymore. I don't want to see you anymore. You need to get out of here. And it can sound much more aggressive than that too. So if you're in either a divorce or breakup, that is what's called the notification process. Next up, it's the process of it all. It's the feelings, it's the phone calls, it's the meetups, could even be more. That is the process. And if you're in divorce or even in a relationship, that's where things get split. Conversations that are hard are had. Maybe you guys had a dog together. Maybe you didn't. But this is where everything is split. And it takes communication and hard conversations that not everyone's in for. So just be leery, be mindful, be aware that the process is not fun. Matter of fact, none of this is really fun, but it's all part of the process. I think you're getting it now. So that was step 3. Step 4 is the finale. This is in divorce when everything becomes official. This is when the paperwork's signed by the judge, the grace period's over. This is when you officially become divorced. The marriage no longer exists. And in the relationship world, the same can be true. This is when you finally deleted her number or she deleted yours. Whatever the regard may be, there comes a time in a relationship where things change, where there's official ending. And now that's not always the case in both marriage and in relationships, but there's typically that point of demarcation. Maybe it's the time that she asks you or you ask her to stop calling or to stop coming over, whatever it may be. Here's where it gets complicated. If you have kids, a dog, or some other objects that, well, are still going to be continued to be shared, this is where a lot of those feelings and emotions can come back up again. This is where we have to be strong in our resolve and stick to our decisions, whatever they may be. So that is the finale. Next up is where most men, well, they find the most pain. And that's where the pain and the recovery are. This is where we as men get to choose probably for the first time in a long time, really what's best for us. This is where the power lies. This is where healing can begin. It's also, on the contrary, where, well, numbing can also begin or continue, whatever it may be. And no judgment, I've certainly been there myself, so it just is what it is. I think the question you have to ask yourself when you're at this final phase is, who do you want to become? Who are you? And where are you going now? So those are the 5 phases of divorce or relationship breakup as well. It starts with the pre-divorce or pre-breakup. It then moves on into the notification process. There's the process itself that follows the notification, the finale, the basically official notice or official foot down of wherever that may be. And then lastly, there's the pain and the healing. And how you choose to deal with that pain is really where the most powerful choice is. So whatever you do, whatever position you're in, whether it's divorce or a relationship ending, you got to make the decision that's right for you. The one that's going to leave you stronger, the one that's going to move you forward so you can become more of who you've always been.